Hey, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm just going to be sharing more of a quick chat, and I'm going to cover a few things that I wanted to share today with you. So thank you for taking the time. This might be a shorter chat, but it is still going to be effective in my eyes. So I just wanted to say that you may have a lot of people in your life, but a lot of them just don't want to do the work. And it's something that I've been dealing with for a long time. One, people don't want to do the work on themselves. They don't want to face themselves. And two, they don't have love in them. And so if you don't have love and you don't have an open heart, then the quality of your life is going to be kind of, what it is. And this is going to sound pretty hard to hear, but when you do the work on yourself and you've done that work on yourself, why would I want to go back? Ask yourself, why would you want to go back to repeat lessons and levels that you've already learned with these people? Why do I have to go back and redo these lessons again when you've already told them many times before the reason you keep getting these results, the reason that these relationships still keep happening, the reasons that you still don't advance is because of yourself. And then you tell them that, and they get offended. They get mad. And all you're trying to do is just give them the truth from a place of love. And then you might not hear from people for a little while, and then you hear the same stories. They've got the same problems in their relationships. They have the same problems with their families. They haven't learnt to adapt and grow and expand and evolve. They haven't learnt that skill set. They are not listening to you. So why the fuck would I want to go back and revisit that on a loop when you have these conversations? It's just the same old thing again and again and again. I want to hear about exciting things. I want to hear about concepts. I want you to share something with me that I don't know about the universe, about life, about psychology, about the real shit. So a lot of this rebirthing process that I'm really starting to go into, I'm going through one of the biggest rebirthing phases of my life, is that I have to really ask myself and look at myself and my relationship with others and where they are and where I am, and go, am I really upholding my standards? Because I've graduated from these lessons that are really obvious to me, and I'm not going to go back and sit with these lessons with these people anymore. If you need me to tell you to stop trying to date married men, if you need to tell me that you're in an open relationship, fuck, I can't help you. You're in illusions. If you need me to tell you that you need to stop vaping, that you need to stop smoking, we have a problem. I can't fix that. I can't help that. Your body is your temple. Here you are talking about being spiritual when you're shitting in your temple. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to take you seriously, because you're not demonstrating that you're able to show that you're doing what you're saying. If people's actions are not in alignment with what they're saying, then we just don't engage. I just push you away and I cut you off. Okay? I'm sorry, but this is really what it is. When you start to step up to the next level and you want to grow, I want to be around people that can really help me grow. and accommodate that expansion. And some people might say, oh, this is egotistical. No, it's not. It's just self-love. I'm sick of the pity parties. Turn your pain into passion. Turn your pain into purpose. I can't alchemize that pain for you. No one can, except you. So self-love is holding your standards. And a lot of people in my life that have been in my life, they really in their mind, a lot of them really think that they're doing the work, and they're not. They're not doing the work. Some of these people have had, one of them, it's about 7 years to put a website together. And the other day I was talking with this person and I asked, how's your website coming along? They haven't even got a website. It's taken 7 years and they still haven't got a website. I don't know how to even respond to that. You can go on Shopify these days and set up a website and get a domain username. Within a few hours, you've got a live website that is active that you can put in your Instagram handle. How are people going to connect with you? How are you going to build a business if you're not even visible? It's crazy. We've got people living in illusions and delusions. And one of the things that I wanted to share here is that time is moving really quick. Time and space is moving very quick. So at some point, you're either going to show up for yourself and get on with it and be really, really honest with yourself and just do the work. Do what you have to do, or you're not going to. And and you're just going to be trampled on the sidelines by the people that are doing the work. Now, I've been a victim of terrible things in my life. I've had therapists that I've gone to and I've talked about things that people have done to me, and the therapist needed therapy from me, from me talking, because I'm able to communicate a lot of my own stuff. I don't need help in connecting to my own internal system. I know what the fuck is going on with myself. So it's very difficult, in that regard. But what I'm saying is, you have to do the work, show up for yourself, and you're not responsible for what happened to you, but we are responsible for how we affect other people from what other people have done to us. We are responsible for the healing of it within ourselves. And in some cases, I don't think people can be healed. And that's understandable. It's like people go through high-speed car crashes, and then it's like they're all supposed to be all better. No. We don't get over it. We get better at living with it. But a lot of these people, they're just not living. And they're holding on to people that are still way back on level 1, like on a 1 + 1 = 2. But I'm sorry, if you want to level up, you have to understand that you need people that can accommodate your expansion. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Can these people take accountability for themselves? Is it always someone else's fault? Are they living authentically? Are they honest about who they are? We've got a lot of attack on reality going on at the moment and illusions. But if they're not connected to their own internal guidance system, they're not going to be able to connect with you, and you have to let them go, and you have to go no contact. There is no other way. I'm sorry. Even if it is a family member, if you can create a situation where you can get away from these people, getting away from a psychopath or a narcissist is very, very dangerous. They'll destroy you and they'll punish you for trying to get away from them as well. I understand, but what's the point of living if you're just not living? What's the point? So alchemizing your pain is really important, and trying to find a way where you can move forward where you can survive, where you can thrive. And I know it's a struggle, it's very hard to do, but this is why we're here. The struggle of life builds resistance. The struggle of resistance builds strength. When the seed is pushing through the soil, through the dirt, it has to go through struggle to get to the light, to get up, to grow, to meet its full potential. Growing is painful. As we're leveling up, we have to really kind of like a lot of the old systems that we had have to be deleted. It's like a phone reset. Yeah? When you're resetting your phone, your iPhone, whatever phone you've got, the old version gets deleted and the new version can come through. It's built on that. So people around you have to be able to accommodate that expansion as you're growing, or it's not going to work. If you've got narcissistic people around you that are on the Machiavellian scale, they're going to trap you and keep you in a level where you're not allowed to grow. You're only allowed to interact with them in a way that they created a box for you to be in, and you can only interact with them from within the box that they've created for you. This is soul-destroying stuff. I've been there. All right, so also as well, if people can't see how they've hurt you, your feelings are valid. If they can't see your feelings, if they can't understand empathy or compassion and listen to your experience of them, or they minimize your feelings, then it is what it is. We're not here to fix. We're not here to change people. I don't think people change. I think people either just grow or they don't grow, and that's it. And I want to be around and I want to be committed to people and with people that are serious about life and are serious about their own growth. Yep. Also on the subject just now as well, we're living in a world that is growing and moving so quickly. Everything's changing all around us every day. Yeah, there wouldn't be a school in the world that would be able to equip a student or a kid, a child, to be able to handle the world that they're coming into as the world they're in is changing and growing so rapidly, so quickly, so fast these days. So that's a thing, is that time is moving so quick and everything's moving so quickly. One of the things I was looking at the other day was something called a reverse calendar, or a life reverse calendar. If you've heard about this, it's pretty straightforward. It's like a calendar of all of the years and months. And what you do, you black out on the calendar the days that you've already lived. So when you really block out a lot of these days on the calendar, it's really, really confronting to see that you're actually over halfway of your human years of living here. And so then you go, holy shit, like this is how much time I've got left. And then you take out sleep, you take out all the things that we have to do in a day-to-day life. And it's really confronting, actually. It's quite scary and it's quite motivational as well. It's really motivating me because then I go, well, hang on, how many of these relationships that I have are authentic? And how much time am I really living my best life? Am I really holding my standards with people so that, I get the life that I really think that I deserve? Am I being straightforward enough? I think people like to overcomplicate really simple things. So I would say looking at the life calendar as well would be like, if something doesn't feel right, then it probably isn't right. Say it. If you like it, say it. If you don't like it, say it. If you're thinking of someone, call them. Just using your time wisely. I get rest and I understand we need periods where we go into rest mode and we need time to rebirth ourselves and go internal, and I get that. It can't always be moving really quick, but it's better that we get in authenticity, like get in our authentic self first. So we've got to connect to our emotions. because our emotions are key indicators as to what's going on with us. So if you're around people that don't want to connect to their emotions and are not connected to their emotions, they're not going to care about you and your feelings because they're not even connected to themselves. They're not going to care about how they impacted you. They don't care. Yeah. So it's really quite simple. So also as well, I will say, I heard a good one as well the other day, is that people will be attracted to your lighthouse and then you'll let them into your lighthouse. And the first thing that they will do is try and smash all your light bulbs. That really hit hard. I get a lot of people out of the blue reaching out to me, and I try and connect with people that I feel called to here and there from time to time. A lot of you come to me asking something of me straight off the bat, like asking me very in-depth questions. There's no hello, my name's John, I live in this, and I watched your channel. They just jump straight into give me. I'm sorry, I don't work like that. You have to approach me from the right angle. Yeah. That's not a way to engage with someone. In the spiritual world, we say please before we say thank you. Okay? I don't work like that. Also, I have people that insert themselves into my life as well, and I will advise as well if you're listening, you're not obliged to give your time or energy to anyone unless it feels authentic to you. Don't let people enforce themselves into past your boundaries. Yeah, I had my phone blowing up with abuse the other day from someone that was abusing me for forgetting their birthday when they told me their birthday way back in November or December last year once. That's crazy. Okay, so people will also enforce themselves onto your space and try and grab onto you. No. Learn to stay in your power. Learn to stay in your space. Learn your own self-respect. There is nothing worse than desperation or someone trying to emotionally blackmail someone into some connection that the other person is not upholding. That won't work on me either. So as far as I'm concerned, I give my time when I can, and that's it. That's all I have capacity for a lot of the time because I'm already operating on such a high level with all of the things that I'm trying to accommodate in my own life, especially at this very specific time in my life now. So I'm not available for chit chat every second of the day. And also if you are, that also tells me that you don't have a lot going on. Because if you did, you would be doing. I know I know how much it takes to actually make something and build your world. Okay, so get honest with yourself. Don't bullshit yourself, and it's okay. We all, it happens. We've got to check ourselves. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. But a lot of the time, the reason I don't engage is because where you're trying to drag me or bring me, it's too low. It's lower than what I will accept. I will not engage with you. People on apps messaging me, sup, or one word like hi. I won't engage. You've put in zero effort. What about hey, I love your shirt. Where was that photo taken? How's your day going today? What are you up to? My name's John. My name's Sarah. Hi. This is what's happening in my life. The level of energy and effort that you give generally is what you get back in some regards. In most regards, I would say. But if you give the bare minimum and think you're going to get very big results, especially if you're not upholding your own self-love within your own self, within your body, and then you're expecting someone to give you that in return, it's not going to happen. They're not going to engage with you. Or they'll just, if it's they'll probably just use you for what they can get, and then once they've drained you, they'll probably go on to the next target. That's usually how a narcissist works. So I want to be around people that are doing the work, because gold doesn't trade for silver. Gold doesn't trade for silver. Okay? So know your value, know your worth. It doesn't, a lot of these engagements, they're not based in equality. They're not equal to me. I will not engage with you. I won't engage with it. You can't insert yourself into someone's life. A lot of people also as well are very jealous. They are watching me. They're stalking me. I get a lot of stalkers, a lot of people that listen to me, or whatever, on whatever level it is. That's absolutely, I understand, I get it. But they're not happy for me. Not because they're not even happy in themselves. They don't want me to succeed. They don't want me to grow. A lot of people around you as well, they also don't want to do the work, and they don't want you to grow either. They're not going to acknowledge your success. They want you to fail. They're talking about you behind your back. These could be friends and family members. You will get more support genuinely from perfect strangers on the internet, more than you will in your own life. And also as well, at a certain time, when people say, at a certain age, the time-space continuum that we have gets shorter and shorter and shorter as we get older. So the potentiality of us doing other things gets shorter as well. You have to understand that you're better off picking a few things that you're really good at, where your passion is, and just following that. Because doing something like becoming an astronaut or becoming a president when you're in your 30s, 40s and 50s, maybe in your 40s, 50s, it's not going to happen for you. Because it's the time and energy and path that you had to take then, the time has already run out. So for a lot of people that are kind of waking up late, a lot of it is too late. It's too late, too bad for you. It is too late. People, I know it sounds lovely when people say it's never too late to change. Well, there is some truth in that, and I think it's nice to say it, but at a certain point in your life, it is too late. That's why if you're into someone, tell them. If you want something, go after it. If you don't ask, you don't get, right? So get on board with something and just follow it and pursue it with passion and put everything into this. Yeah. All right. So, and you've got to find your own light, stand in your own lane, stand in your own power. You can get sparks and flames of inspiration from other people, and that's amazing. I love it when I get that too, but I can't take their light as my own. We've got to create our own light. I just try and shoot out some sparks here and there, and whoever can spark off that energy, it's fantastic. Because that's why I do these videos and these podcasts. They're not monetized. There's no script here. I'm not sponsored. I'm getting literally nothing out of this, really. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you. So I know this is a lot. I've covered a lot in this shorter podcast, but please take it all on board and know that this comes from a place of love. Yeah. And if you have people around you that don't have a heart, that aren't in their heart, you're dead in the water. You are absolutely dead in the water with them. All right? Yeah, and you know that. Yeah. So I will leave it here. I hope that this has all been pretty straightforward. The habits that we create in our mind are very important. Thought processes, thought patterns in our head, they can become habits as well. We're creatures of habit. I know how hard it is to try and level up and change. But the fear of staying where you are has to be like the promise of the potential of something has to override the fear of what it is for you to make the jump. And 9 times out of 10, when you go into that uncomfortable stage, when you don't know what you're going to do, when you don't know when you go through those challenging times, that's where the growth really happens. Change is scary, it's hard, and it's very painful. But I promise you the bounty on the other side of that is so worth it if you're prepared to make that jump, make that change, and jump into the unknown. take the leap. Yeah. All right. I know this is a lot, but lots and lots of love to you, okay? And please leave a comment below if you feel so inclined. Please subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. Send this video to anyone who might benefit from some of the conversations that I have on here with you. And I will see you in the next podcast. I will be doing probably a part 1 and part 2 of a very, very hardcore one coming up, which I've made some notes for. I'm not quite sure how to approach that one, that topic, but I will be doing it in the next week or so. All right. So lots and lots of love. You don't have the time that you think you do. All right. None of us do. It's moving really quick. Life is happening real time right now. It's live. Okay. All right. Bye.